are the questions of chapter number 2 using the scientific method. Question number 1 is how has the scientific method helped us? And the answer is the use of scientific method has evolutionized our life. It has helped us in solving our problems, our ways of building houses, our method of communication and transportation, and even the way we spend our leisure time have been improved. Number 2 is how has the use of scientific method changed the people? And the answer is the use of scientific method has made people critical in their thinking than their ancestors. Question number 3 is how are we better than our forefathers? And the answer is we live in a modern age. We are conscious of our problem. We have got over our fears. We are better able to explain happenings. We are more critical, so we are better than our forefathers. Question number 4 is how has the use of scientific method changed the people? And the answer is the use of scientific method has made people critical in their thinking than their ancestors. Question number 5 is what change do you feel living in modern age? And the answer is the modern age is more comfortable than the past. In the past, the people had no facilities, but now we can enjoy a lot of comfort. Question number 6 is what happened to most of the babies in the past? And the answer is in the past, most of the babies used to become the vacation of many fatal diseases. 7 out of 8 babies died in the first year of their life. Question number 7 is what kind of disease had a child to face before reaching his first birthday? And the answer is a child had to face many fatal diseases before reaching its first birthday. The disease like smallpox, diphtheria, and measles were very dangerous for the children. Now they have been brought under control. Question number 8 is write down some epidemic disease of the past. And the answer is yellow fever, malaria, typhus, cholera, typhoid fever, influenza are some epidemic disease. Question number 9 is what were the protective measures taken by the people against the disease in the present time? And the answer is in modern times, babies can born in hospital. The young people are advised to protect themselves against the disease like smallpox, diphtheria, and typhoid. Question number 10 is how much has science added to the expected length of man's life? And the answer is science has added more 30 years to man's expected life. Now a man can expect to live 70 years of his age. Question number 11 is what were the sanitary conditions of the big cities only 100 years ago? And the answer is about 100 years ago, the big cities had narrow, unpaved, and poorly drained streets. Outdoor toilets were common. People used to throw the garbage into the streets. Question number 12 is where was the household garbage thrown? And the answer is the household garbage was thrown into the narrow and unpaved city streets. Question number 13 is what would human waste drain in the past? Question number 13 is what would human waste drain in the past? And the answer is human waste drain into the wells from where people obtained drinking water. Question number 14 is what better sanitary conditions are available in our cities today? And the answer is today our streets are paved and well drained. They are cleaned regularly. Household garbage is not thrown in the streets. There are disposal plants for the rubbish. Question number 15 is what kind of disease are caused by unsanitary conditions? And the answer is unsanitary conditions cause many fatal disease. Cholera, malaria, and typhoid are some of them. The breakout in big cities due to unsanitary conditions and become the cause of the loss of many lives. Question number 16 is how was water fetched in the past for household use? And the answer is in the past, people brought water for their household use into the buckets from the well. Question number 17 is why was water used sparingly in the past? And the answer is water was used very sparingly because it was brought bucketful from well situated at long distance. Question number 18 is how did Los Angeles solve the problems of water from for his city? And the answer is he brought water from the Colorado River 544 kilometers away. It was brought carried through pipeline or aqueduct. Question number 19 is how is water supplied to towns and cities today? And the answer is today water is supplied to cities and towns through sealed pipelines. There is no danger of its being contaminated and hence causing disease. Is what change has science brought in our eating habits? And the answer is through the use of science we have learned that it is helpful to eat many kind of foods. We also know how to provide many varieties of foods. Question number 21 is from where did the people of the past obtain food to eat? And the answer is, in the past, people could get food which grew in their farms or in their gardens. People of their lands could not obtain the food to produced in the other lands. Question number 22 is, how did people preserve food in the past? And the answer is, in the past, people preserve food by canning, pickling, drying, and salting them. Question number 23 is, what type of food would people eat in the past? And the answer is, in the past, people had to eat what grew in their fields or gardens only in the growing season. People living in cold climate could not get fresh food to eating during winter. Question number 24 is, how did thrifty wives preserve food in the past? And the answer is, in the past, thrifty housewives preserve food and vegetables by canning, pickling, and drying them or by other unreliable methods, so there was always the fear of the growing poisons. Question number 25 is, what methods are used by us now to preserve food? And the answer is, today we use modern methods to preserve food. We preserve foods by quick freezing them. We can easily preserve foods like milk, eggs, potatoes, and apples by removing water from them. Question number 26 is, which is the practical method of preservation today? And the answer is, dehydration of food, as milk, eggs, potatoes, and apples are practical methods of preservation of foods today. Question number 27 is, were seafoods available in the past? And the answer is, in the past, there were no proper means of preserving seafoods. There were also no means of transportation to transport seafoods to different distant areas. Question number 28 is, what is the method of dehydration for preserving food? And the answer is, dehydration is the process of removing water from food. It is the best way of preserving food. Question number 29 is, what is an attitude? What is the effect of scientific method on it? And the answer is, as attitude is the way we feel toward an idea, a thing, or event. In other words, it is a way of thinking and behaving. The scientific method has also changed our attitude. Now, superstition beliefs are rejected. People are open-minded, and are more willing to look for new truth. Question number 30 is, what were the superstitious beliefs practiced by people in the past? And the answer is, in the past, the people were superstitious. They had belief in the signs of good and bad luck and fortune telling. They were afraid of black cats, broken mirrors, and number 13. Question number 31 is, how has science helped us to get over fears? In olden times, the people were much fearful. They were afraid of black cats, broken mirror, etc. Now, such people of fears not exist. These are the all questions of chapter number 2. Thanks for watching.